All right, it's real. Get ready.
Oh no.
That's right. Behold.
Yeah, we did
It's
it.
real. It's occurring.
Oh man. All
Did
right.
do it. Still doing it. Continuing to do it.
Is it over yet?
Unstoppable. This is the end of season 3. It's over for season 3. But I mean, as soon as next week is season 4. The seasons go on, and the days get yearnful. Yeah.
Man. Seems like
That's
a
right.
real mind blinder.
Whoa.
It's almost season 4.
That's right.
It's a lot of seasons, man.
So, since it's on your computer now, do you want to slowly pull down the volume on the intro?
I don't really.
I delegated that. We're learning.
Is that? Can I just stop
Right
it?
now.
Can I just stop it?
Yeah, I can stop it right here. Check it out. And, killed.
Okay.
It's that. It's
We'll put
Stark.
that back up to normal.
But
All right.
check it out. Jesse Ray's Barbecue has got us
Yep.
fed right now.
Legit.
We've got our guest, Ange Kerfoot, the intrepid one, coming here with the Jesse Ray's tip. Of course, we all know I flip on like chewing sounds on the mic, but
I'm not eating right now.
you can.
I'm just hoarding it.
There's some
I
hoarding.
told there would be barbecue, and I'm eating barbecue.
Do we have full volume on the safe door sound right here? I feel like our safe door is a little. Yeah, those.
Let me help you out a little bit, buddy.
Track 4. We got the safe door. Oh, I can hear it.
Better? A little more?
That's it. That's
That's the pocket.
We're opening and closing safe doors, and that's to prepare us to get on the launch pad to enter the submarine of knowledge.
Yeah. Or the submarine of knowledge / silliness sometimes.
I love eating barbecue in a white dress.
That's the move. I feel like if you're going
Dress
to eat
for this.
barbecue, you should dress in all white
Did I mention Jesse Ray's? Jesse Ray's is the barbecue.
and not use napkins.
It's bomb. I mean, I'm from Kansas City, and I'm gonna put it up there.
Napkins are for suckers.
I know.
All right.
I know. Use your clothes. The barbecue sauce is on point.
So there's no chance of anyone dialing away before we say Ange Kerfoot is both performing with Bleach at Cockroach
Part
Theater.
of Bleach, written by someone from Bleach.
Yes. So Bleach is involved in a performance where she is acting at
It's
Cockroach Theater.
They have a show every third Friday at 10 p.m. every third Friday. Bleach goes on, and then various members will write sketches and invite people from the community to perform them.
And it's super good times.
Funniest
Seriously,
people I know. Like, that's saying a lot.
hilarious situation. Like, I'm not just saying that. I went there. I've seen these people do stuff that I
You
found.
kill it.
My cynical ass found them funnier than local stuff almost ever is to me, ever.
Sometimes I like that, like, the whole city hasn't discovered them because I keep them to myself, but people are seriously missing out, like, on, like, top talent. Like, now's the time to get into it before they start selling out every event.
For reals. Hunt down whatever's going on with Bleach, whatever's going on Cockroach. We endorse it. As much as we endorse Jesse Ray's Barbecue, bringing the chow today. We had a remote there with Kevin Kilfeather a couple episodes ago on this season. When you're looking back on previous season gladness, I recommend it.
Kevin's my favorite. I'm trying to release more albums than him.
God, good luck.
I'm right behind him. Are you kidding?
I know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Speaking of which, we're
Kevin,
releasing
I'm right behind on your heels, bro.
starting tomorrow. Because tomorrow, this girl, Ange Kerfoot, and I, we cooked our production together in a new way.
Forever.
We've been making beats and stuff, but this is the first album that we're releasing tomorrow in which we tried different ways of like really combining our production styles and really grabbing elements and samples from each other and combining them in new ways and new workflows. And the results are some killer songs. And so it's a perfect time for you to get on that ground floor for the new stuff we're making. This is the beginning of it.
Sweet.
It's dropping at 1 a.m. I feel like we'll give it an hour to get into 420. I'll smoke some weed, and then we'll drop it.
It's going to happen.
That's the move.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
Non-THC weed for me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. What other kind of weed is there? Really?
Safety weed.
Yeah.
It's not what you think either. It's not that. What's that other stuff? Spice. It's not spice.
Spice free.
K2. On that K2 tip. Yo.
I like to take my chances.
God. Really, for reals though, don't do spice.
Yeah,
Yeah, PSA.
there was like
Not
some
recommending
there was like
anything.
some Vice episode. I can't remember. It was like somewhere in Europe where people were like hooked on that shit, man.
Yeah, I
And,
watched
like,
that too.
It was fucking terrible, man.
Yeah.
I was like,
It's a
really?
mess.
Like, just fucking legalize weed, you assholes.
Right.
You
But-
guys.
Anyway,
So
yeah.
it's the Greasy Conversation Show. There's a bonus intro. Don't judge. It's just because there's more than one button I have to push to like say that. So the radio people and Jay's page already saw us. They're already hanging out with us.
Oh, okay.
But this is fresh for some of the other feeds. I don't need to tell you who's where. or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
We got Ange Kerfoot performing tonight, 10 p.m. at Cockroach
With barbecue
Theater.
in her teeth.
With Jesse Ray's Barbecue.
In her teeth.
Jesse Ray's Barbecue bringing the food. And, of course, the Submarine of Knowledge. You've been there. And that's what's going on besides the album drop that we were teasing a minute ago. Check out all of our feeds tomorrow for Into the Whatever. You can look up hashtag Into the Whatever anytime tomorrow, especially in the afternoon when they'll proliferate all the way. But we're releasing on Bandcamp first. And it's a totally new pair of sides to us, a totally new combination of us. And also, it'll be on iTunes and Spotify wherever you listen to stuff in a couple weeks when that proliferates.
Sweet.
Do you have a specific first news? Because,
Oh, I do.
Okay,
I'm
where are you-
already sitting and waiting.
So your news begin. It's happening. It's Malo time.
All right, so you know, you had a long day at work. You know, you want to come home, walk into your abode undisturbed, crack open a tall boy, a PBR, and relax. Right? That's
Oh,
that's what most of us want to do.
Okay.
But
I'll allow it.
a Nashville man entered his home expecting to do this, but instead found a naked man sitting on his couch drinking some juice.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I know what to pull up
Yeah.
for this one.
And
His
if you look
juice
at this
or
dude,
his juice, the
I would
homeowner's juice?
assume, yeah.
Just wondering.
I mean,
Definitely adds another layer.
yeah, just like, oh, what's up, man? This is some good juice. Just thought I'd let you know, I'm just going around the neighborhood juice tester,
This-
making sure all the neighbors got adequate
the thing
juice.
is, he's really scary looking.
Yeah, he doesn't look, I mean, he kind of looks scary, but kind of looks silly a little bit to me.
Well, the thing is, it's all in the eyebrow situation. If you're looking at one of the video feeds right now, Twitch, YouTube, grudgingly Facebook, there's some eyebrows down situation. I mean, I personally listen to my own show in the car while not looking at anything like a safety patrol specimen person. But let me describe to you, this guy's got eyebrows down.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely like with the chin down, like where you're trying to look over your glasses, but he's not wearing glasses. So it's
Yeah. That's
extra
a
scary.
perfect
He's
description.
like the reason like tribes have thought they were demons. Like, I mean.
But
Yeah, there's a demon situation there.
But he's also got like the tucked lip, like he's got one half of his bottom lip tucked under.
He's chewing
Got that
on it
meth
like
lip.
yeah, that meth lip though. He's chewing on it like he's like ready to take a bite out of you as a person. So like that alone, like just that with a juice box on my couch, I mean, he's making the wrong face in here for me to react that way. If he was making this face on my couch, I'd have split.
Yeah,
I'd
totally.
split
I mean, this
sooner.
could be the mugshot face where he's got to let everyone know he's tough, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't be having a conversation with him about the juice box because the way the article's written, this person came in and was like, "Hey, buddy, you don't live here.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to leave." And they had like a conversation in which
Yeah.
he didn't leave. Before
No, it
calling
seemed,
the
he
cops.
got like pretty irate.
Oh,
Like
God.
he was just on one. But, you know, that happens. But my question is like,
Happens.
where does it end? Like, you just imagine like someone walks into their home one day and then this other person just like waltzed in there and cooked a whole Thanksgiving spread like 2 days before Thanksgiving. Just the whole thing like, oh, you're home. I'm just about to carve the turkey. Like, what? You don't
Join me.
you don't fucking live here? What the like?
So I missed his MO. Why? Why?
You missed it because it seems not to exist. He's just
Oh.
trying to get out of the cold, I guess.
Yeah, that could be it. I mean, it did happen in Nashville, Tennessee. So you know, I mean,
All right.
maybe he was
Enough
just
said.
maybe he was just on an adventure.
Yeah.
You know?
What?
Don't try this at home.
Juice box adventure.
Yeah, just like he just had to go try like all the juice boxes, and he knew this guy had that one flavor that
Get a couple shows in.
he'd been casing the neighborhood and like knew he watches them all when they come home from the grocery store.
Oh man, as much as I want to dwell on my enjoyment of this image, we've got so many newses.
Got other nightmares to.
Other
Yeah.
nightmares.
All right, talk about maybe a nightmare, maybe something pretty cool. The story about Yale scientists restore brain function to 32 clinically dead pigs.
Wait,
Yeah, I saw that.
before we get into this, can I mention that these Yale people were probably, they're probably not people whose parents paid $400,000 to get them into Yale.
They actually qualified to get into Yale.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, does anyone actually qualify to get into Yale?
Whoa. It's
You know what I
It's
mean?
the end of Yale.
Like everyone, just all their parents are rich, and everyone who's in
Yeah.
a top like 5 college like that, it's all pay to play.
They're all like swapping like laundering behind the scenes and
Yeah, you never know, man.
contracts for buildings and property and this pictures.
Where did they get this picture? That can't be one of the pigs.
No, it's got to be from like an old 80s horror movie.
That
man.
looks like an 80s one. It's shiny. Why is this pig?
Yeah.
Or like a bad still from Charlotte's Web or something.
God. Charlotte's Web 2, The Resurrection.
the most terrifying Charlotte's Web. Like, I remember the first one when I was a kid. I loved that movie, but I would always like be sad when Charlotte died. I'm like, no, where'd she go?
She went to Spider Heaven.
Yeah.
I'm into spiders now because of that. I think they're
Yeah.
going to tell me stuff in their webs.
But anyway, so this story, just basically they got like pig brains from was it like a butcher? Not a butcher, but just like a pig processing plant, I guess. Can't remember what they called it, but you know, after they like take all the meat off the pigs, you know, one of those places.
To take off the meat place.
Yeah, you know.
What is it? Oakjaw. The Oakjaw location. Did you guys see Oakjaw on Netflix? I know you.
I
I
did
told
not.
you about it first
you
of all.
showed me it. Yeah. I saw it because of you. But man, good watch. Check it out. Some might find it a little heavy-handed on like animal rights or whatever, but roll with it. It's good. It's they use actual. There's this giant genetic pig thing that's like a buddy. I'm not going to tell you the plot of Oakjaw.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
check it out.
Oh, okay.
Go vegan. That's the plot.
U.S. Department of Agriculture slaughterhouse with the brains completely removed. So they basically took these brains, put them in some little tanks, and then pumped this stuff in there, which was an experimental solution called Brain X. Brain EX. Brain X. It cleans your brain. All right.
Hey, I
Legit.
admire the marketing though. They're at least taking that extra marketing step.
Yeah, and
It's
so
like Clorox for your brain.
yeah, exactly. And so this stuff is supposed to mimic blood flow, brings oxygen and nutrients into the brain, blah, blah, blah. And so when they started pumping this stuff into the, little tanks with brains in there, they reactivated for a short amount of time. Not like a short amount, but like over 24 hours. But it seems like the limit is like 36 hours.
They're studying the brain after death. Is that the MO on that?
I guess they're seeing if like there's a way to like prolong brain activity after death, which is pretty interesting. There was some like sci-fi novel I read back in the day where that was part of the plot is that eventually like humans could like just have their brains live in tanks, and so that was like the first step to immortality was you had these people, who just like had
Until
their
we
brains
figure it
live
out. Yeah. And
for
then
like
bring it back.
10,000 years or whatever, and they're like.
Hoping that when we figure it out, we'll bring them back out of all the people doing it.
No, they just all wanted.
Yeah, they'll be first in line.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they just wanted to be brains in tanks, but they were like conscious. They just wanted to think about stuff for a long
Okay.
time, which I guess you could do if you were a brain in a tank. You wouldn't do
What else
anything
are you gonna do if you're the brain in the tank?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Have you guys seen that movie, The Man with Two Brains, with Steve Martin?
No.
Media
old, right?
recommendation: The Man with Two Brains by our buddy Steve Martin. I think it's one of his most underrated movies. If you like The Jerk, his wife perishes or something like that, and he keeps her brain in a jar and starts like putting like wax lips on her, and then
Oh
like,
man.
puts it in another body, and it's complicated like that. But it's Steve Martin level funny.
Awesome.
Man with Two Brains.
Yeah. So I mean, whether this is going to lead to, Night of the Living Dead or something like that, probably not. But it's cool. I mean, it's interesting. So, like, if there is possibility of, like, brain transplants in the future, or if you want to move your brain into a robot, that's what I'm going for. That's my dream of the future. Could be possible.
It's got to be a pimp robot, though. I'm not going in one of those first-gen robots.
No.
The people will be looking at you like, oh, you got one of those first.
Yeah, they're like, congratulations, you're a vacuum cleaner now.
Yeah, that was back when it had that one problem. How often do you have to restart it? You have to unplug and plug back in all the time.
They're like, oh, version 3?
Ugh. Oh,
They're like,
man.
yeah, no, but I got the version 3 on purpose.
That's like
It's vintage.
It's like the version 1, but didn't even say version 1 on it. You just got you got the robot body. It wasn't even robot body 2 yet.
You get like hand-me-down robot bodies.
It's like iPhone before they had numbers after it. You just had the iPhone. Oh, it's gross. What are you doing with that?
So
So,
the iBot, yeah.
except your soul lives in it. Then you can just it's like the eternal robot death. I don't know. I don't mean to take it dark, you guys. Submarine of
It
knowledge.
wasn't dark enough.
It deserves to be dark.
That was the problem.
I mean,
There you go. That was the dark noise about it, right? Props to dark sounds. Here we go. We're opening the cavern of darkness for this next one,
Oh yeah, this is pretty dark.
right?
But apparently our very own Clark County ranks first in the nation for number of people with syphilis.
Yeah, that was my story choice.
Yeah.
With syphilis?
Yeah.
Everyone that I've told this story to wants to argue with me that there's
Really?
no way that syphilis could ever mutate to be obtained any way other than sexually. Like, do they have no idea of like the evolution of microbes?
Yeah.
It
'Cause,
could happen. I'm not saying today, but this is the beginning of how this goes there.
It's just fluid exchange. It seems like there'd always be ways of it
I know,
exchanging
but
without sex.
most of my friends didn't pass micro so, or take it. No offense, but I'm just having the wrong conversations.
I mean, if fluid from one person's entering another person, it's gonna be in that category. It's gonna be sex-esque.
Yeah, so.
It's kind of
We're sure to come out of Vegas if we, breed the super strain of syphilis.
yeah. Super syphilis. That's what I'm going for.
Number one, though. I mean, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah, which it isn't even like that many people. It's like 24 cases per 100,000 people. And 76 cases of congenital syphilis per 100,000 births. So that's kind of scary.
Yeah,
But
it's like
Yeah.
unknown syphilis, and people are having births and not
Damn.
realizing they have it because you wouldn't willingly pass it on to your child, and most people know that it's passed on through birth. So.
Here's my theory. We get plants from all over the world that people take and they plant here. It's a world city. Got all these plants breeding. Maybe they're figuring out some freak plant syphilis to give us.
the plants are rising up.
Yeah.
The plants are going to take over.
I think it's that one. That's plant danger, right?
That's
That's the
plant-
happening, the
yeah,
sound.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually like Al Capone had like syphilis to the point where it, like, it starts like just affecting your brain. It turns you into like an idiot basically. Just like,
Super common up until about 75 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah, and people just roll with it. Just like,
Right?
well, I'm
but
an
you
idiot.
died at 45 too.
Oh, yeah.
And like no one bought your paintings for $1 million while you were living.
So if you'd like to join the pool and help us continue to be number one, come on down to Vegas.
There you go.
Hey, you're welcome for not pulling up a graphic for
It's a
this
great
one.
press opportunity
Yeah.
if you really need it.
Yeah.
It's trending.
If you're good at treating syphilis, we got a place for you.
It's pretty popular nowadays. I mean, people are like searching it out. This is definitely the number one syphilis
If you want a
tourism
really
hotspot.
strong transmitted sexual disease, it's the one for you.
Oh man.
Oh, man. I mean, I want to say there's never been a better time to be a tourist in Las Vegas and come pay our income tax. You're not going to get syphilis all easily. But I think that's a given. Come here, go Knights, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come.
Sponsored by Trojan.
There we go. And Spunk Lube, here's the thing. Why mess around with legitimate fluids from people? This is a real spot. This is a real sponsor.
Syphilis-free spunk lube.
Spunk Lube.
Yeah.
It's real. It's a sexual lubricant. It resembles semen. You can splash it around
Why
and feel
does it
inspired.
resemble semen?
Why not? If you're lubricating things anyway, you might as well start with something that
I forgot there are people that are super into semen out there.
Yeah, you want to. There's a proven thing that if you see
Nothing good comes out of semen.
if you see it, you're supposed to, as a man, be like more inclined to be able to produce more. If you see some already there somehow, that's like a science thing. Like it inspires you subconsciously. Yeah. So if there's spunk lube already splattered around your home, you'll be able to have like your experience more effectively.
Pretty sure we're a couple hundred years past that evolution at least, but all right.
It's still there.
Yeah, but it's still there.
That gene's clearly.
There's all
Obviously.
kinds of there's all kinds of stuff we're like past, but it's still there.
I had to ask because there's been a package of it in my junk drawer at home for a couple of years, so I had to ask. I've never opened it.
It takes a long time to expire. It's non-staining.
It's true. You can
Yeah.
get it all over the lawn furniture.
Tastes great.
Just hose it down afterwards. And
Good to know.
for a good time. Use it on a slip and slide.
Yeah. Real sponsor, though, so don't get shy. Actually hit them up.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
got jugs of samples of it here, and we use it up, and they have to send it out. RadioVegas.rocks. Mention RadioVegas.rocks. I think there's literally a special if you mention them. I think you might get like a free extra handful of it.
Yeah.
You buy it per handful.
Yeah. The delivery driver just dumps it in your hand. You gotta use it right away.
It's like Uber Eats. You have an emergency. It's a big button on the app. You get lubed up right
We're there
away.
within 3 minutes. Guaranteed.
Terrible. Oh man.
That's
All right.
beautiful. That's going to save our next generation. There's going to be children born to better parents and to better lives due to spunk lube delivery.
It's true. It's true. All right, we'll do this one. This is
dang.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, we're actually hit the sponsory zone anyway.
Yeah. But you know, let's. This is a good one. People should know.
Yeah, have a taste. Get ready.
It's just about. There's actually a study done. We've always heard like nature can de-stress you. That's kind of like common knowledge. You know, maybe it's not. I don't know. But there's actually a study done, and you can take a nature pill.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, but about the minimum time they recommend is like 20 minutes a day, just out somewhere where you can, you know, sit out in the park or take a walk where it's.
I forgot that other people
Little-
don't. Some people don't do that.
Yeah. But
Can I clarify that it's not a pill, though, that you actually
Yeah.
take? You have to go be around the nature.
That's what. Yeah, they just call it a nature
Bullshit.
pill.
I don't have time for that.
You know, like why can't I take a pill that just grows a tree inside of me and then I feel better?
I make it a goal at least twice a week to get far away from other people and nature. That's why I get so much done. Just kidding. That's
Oh, dang.
why I'm less insane.
I noticed you took your headphones off. I probably had them crazy loud because I just turned my headphones
That's
down.
why
I
I should
forgot
stick 'em up.
everything.
Not that you have to. We don't have another pair of the Kicker headphones here besides these ones I got. That's another sponsor. Shout out Kicker Audio. We're in the Kicker studio. I'd be
These are not
amiss.
kicker, huh?
Those ones are just they're like cheap Sennheisers.
They're so not kicker.
They're so not Kicker.
Yeah,
But-
Sennheisers though. I mean, even
Yeah.
cheap Sennheisers are.
They
pretty
get the
decent.
job done. So it's like you said, Sennheiser is a really good brand and one of my favorites. So the fact that we're even talking about them in the realm with Kicker shows where Kicker's ranking among
Yeah,
the
for sure.
chief bosses. So shout out to Kicker, another sponsor. Hella.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
seriously,
You were bringing something up and I turned it into a sponsor thing again.
That's
no,
why
just
we're
go out in
here.
nature. There was a
Go
study,
in
but
nature.
it actually reduces all the stress chemicals and hormones in your body.
20 minutes.
Yeah, just 20 minutes a day, man. Just go take a little walk around a
You
little
dumbass, of
area
course. Go
with
take a
some-
fucking walk, you idiot. Sorry.
with some trees,
I have no
some
sympathy
bushes,
for nature-related depression. That's just ridiculous.
grass is
Some of that
something.
nature in there.
Something. Get a little sun, some vitamin D.
Grow
You
a
know.
plant that you'll probably kill. Like, have some fun.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at least you tried. You know.
Try to read about shit and know stuff so you're not off in La La Land being a depressed idiot.
not the people that are depressed are idiots for being so, but man, touch a tree. Add that to
It
it.
helps. Yeah, it helps.
Don't complain until you've at least tried the tree touch.
It's true.
At least give the tree touch the thing is 20 minutes. Do you know it's half of a sleep cycle? Coincidentally, I wonder if that's like a scientific number of minutes that they found. Like 20 minutes is the butter zone. Because like I don't know if you've noticed, but if you sleep in 40-minute increments, and this is like a standard. I'm sure it varies from person to person, but I checked with me and it's like exactly 40 minutes. Every set of 40 minutes is a cycle. So I wake up feeling more rested if it's some division of 40 minutes.
Yeah, totally. And if you wake up outside of that, that's what fucks you all up for the rest of the day. And that's why you got to drink 500 milligrams of caffeine
So
every
why
day.
can't you say that's idiotic to not take yourself to nature? I think that's a horrible thing to do to yourself. So I think that's idiotic
is.
territory. I don't mean it like
It is idiotic
rudely.
territory.
I'm just like,
no, it is though.
handle your shit.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It should be considered like a personal responsibility as among the level of like put deodorant on
They don't
and
teach
like
us
wash
that,
your
unfortunately.
clothes.
We all it dawns on all of us in our 30s.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure though. Hey, so does that take us to any sponsors? That probably
It
doesn't
does.
line up
I'm
a
about
segue
to-
at all.
Yeah, we're just doing it.
We're doing it.
Take some Zip Fizz and go to
Yeah.
Go to
Zip
nature.
Fizz. Zip Fizz is a sponsor too, and they're good. I'm Zip Fizzed up right now, honestly.
I like the
You're always
Zip
zip
Fizz.
fist up.
I know. Is
All
it
right.
commercial chug?
Commercial
chug.
Do you guys love tacos?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Okay, right? Yeah.
Love tacos.
I
That's
don't
my
care-
spirit animal.
I don't care what gender you are, or we love tacos, right?
Sexually identify as a taco.
Yes, whatever, man. But since we all love tacos, we all need to know about Pinche's Tacos. And do you know where it's at? It's 9205 West Russell Road. It's an awesome place for lunch, dinner, or both. Here at RadioVegas.Rocks, we love this place so much that if you mention us and order a blood orange margarita, they will give you a free gringo taco. What? Free gringo taco? Yes, that's right. That's what I said. And you know what else? It's like, okay, you're like, well, I don't really feel like driving over there. They have 2 locations, bruh. 2 fucking locations. But you need to get in on this deal. You must visit the Russell location. I mean, yeah, that's where you gotta go for the free gringo tacos. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If you're just like, I don't have gas for that, but I have money for tacos, just go to the other one. But yeah, Pinche's Tacos, because who else doesn't love tacos, man?
10 seconds.
Oh yeah, that music rolling it out. Totally. Get her done. And it's going on. Thanks for the count off, but I like to talk through that end music. Yeah, those visuals. I don't know if you're looking at the stream, but we're like up in those pro games with the pointing and the counting about when we talk about things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that's not. This is still commercials. This is one of those fun interstitials. Okay, commercial on.
Hi, this is the Donald. When I have a huge, and I mean huge, yearning for something to satisfy my billion-dollar cravings, I reach for a pink box donut. They're incredibly delicious, and I love the pink box that they come in.
All right, listen up, RadioVegas.Rocks listeners. I want to tell you about Brothers Pizza. Brothers Pizza is located at 7575 South Rainbow. They are awesome. They're the home of the 30-inch pizza. That's right, 30 inches. You've got to see this thing. It's enormous. Every Tuesday is wing night. You get 50-cent wings every Tuesday at Brothers Pizza. 7575 South Rainbow. They've got all kinds of great deals like the 16-inch one-topping pickup special for $7.99. What I like about them is they're open late. Sunday through Thursday, they're open till 1 a.m. Friday and Saturday, open till 3 a.m. You gotta love that about a pizza place here in Las Vegas. And they do deliveries as well. They are in a fantastic place. You gotta go visit them. 7575 South Rainbow. Let them know you heard about it on RadioVegas.Rocks. They are fantastic. Go there, check them out now. Maybe I'll meet you there.
For reals, Brothers Pizza. It's legit. I got a little fella there, and it wasn't one that they knew it was us. So, like, I had Brothers Pizza a couple times, thanks to, checking them out as a sponsor. They threw us a few example pies, but then I snuck up on them. And then my mystery secret shopper pie was still fabulous. So it's real. Brothers Pizza. Check them out. But you have to go to the south one of the two on Rainbow to get, the RadioVegas.Rocks discount of 10%, I believe. If you act in time. If you're too late, I can't help you. So get over there right away. Brothers Pizza.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that was 2 commercials. We did it. Okay. Also, we're back. That's the Submarine of Knowledge. I know. That's a little too much submarine. Check it out. We're also got the dramatic beam of light from under the door from whence when this door opens, it's knowledge, the room of knowledge.
Room of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yes.
The beam of light under the door to the room of knowledge.
I like this story of these two students who jammed a school's Wi-Fi network to avoid having to take tests.
Yeah, I'm excited
That'll
to talk
buy you
about
some
this.
time.
Right?
Yeah, man.
I was to tell you also, this is the
They
greasy
should
conversation.
pass for that.
I mean, that's like
Genius.
Right.
that's a type
You're
of
done.
passing.
You
yeah.
graduate. That's the most intelligent thing that's happened in our high school in years.
Well, you
Good luck.
shouldn't be punished for revealing a security flaw. Like you're showing them how to do their
that
job
was
better.
not their MO though.
No, it wasn't. No.
They should have said that.
I know,
That could have
right?
been utilized. They just weren't that smart.
That we can tell. Anyway, this is the Greasy Conversation Show. You're listening on RadioVegas.rocks in case you somehow forgot after just like 2 commercials. But that's part of us being legit with the call outs on the station. And I have to mention also that right afterwards is Two Clueless Dudes, which is an amazing show. And they gave me the honor of producing them. So you have the heart of your host of this show in the next show. So you want to touch a piece of that heart and stay tuned. Right? Heart touch? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We got Ange Kerfoot. We're dealing with news. These kids, they hacked, I'm using the wrong terms.
They didn't hack. They used
jammed. It's
yeah.
a jamming. It's a frequency jamming.
Manipulated the system for their benefit.
Yeah. They use like some app that can target a router and basically overload it.
Yeah, from what I was getting, it was like a frequency overload, right?
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
just
something
too
like
much
that.
noise on that frequency.
Yeah. And which is, I mean, yeah, they should.
But like a
Man.
non-shitty router, like the kind that you would buy for a school, shouldn't put up with that.
Yeah.
This is like,
But it was probably a shitty router,
yeah.
like public school system.
Shout out to Ubiquity.
But
for-
that's like how you get a job at the FBI is you like just reveal some like vulnerability in some program. You're like, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you guys want to know about this? Like,
That's a move.
I'll work with you instead of against you.
Yeah.
Pay me this much money. you
I
know?
was in the news when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And these people talked about us in their podcast in Las Vegas.
Maybe you guys have heard of me. Zero Cool. No one with a hackers reference. All right.
No one with the movie Hackers is another media recommendation.
Yo, classic. Classic. In the butter zone now, baby.
Yeah. Anytime we talk about the Butter Zone, that's where that came from.
Yeah, but no, good on these dudes. I think it's like if you can outsmart teachers, like
We wish them success.
they should be teaching some classes now. I feel right, like they should teach
How to problem solve
exactly. Yeah, problem solving 101.
rather than, a way to do it without numbers.
But yeah, the comments of the article are pretty hilarious too because it's just people getting in arguments about like how they did it.
It was. That was another thing. You guys, for proper journalism, not to brag, but absolutely to brag about our journalism, I went in these comments hard.
Yeah, they're like after you mentioned that, I was like, okay, I'll dig in, and it's just like all these technical arguments about, and they're like, no, you couldn't do that, blah blah. And then,
The article clearly stated it was this with these frequencies, not a software update on the router could have done it.
yeah,
or
and even the
whatever.
article doesn't go into that much detail
No,
anyway.
these people were just jumping to conclusions in the comments that completely changed the context of what the kids did and everything.
Yeah.
So it's like 3 stories.
We saw this sign at the airport regarding x-rays, but they named them light waves. Waz could not stop talking about it.
I was so mad. So
Related, but not.
yeah, I won't say too much on this, but it was like the company that made the X-ray machines was probably a Chinese company that gave the like.
Like, please remove the items from your bag because they're going to go through light waves. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
sweet.
Meanwhile, oh yeah, those light waves that go through things. You mean X-rays? Like
Yeah.
the Americans can't understand the term X-rays. That's why it was translated like that.
I mean, it was
apparently.
Houston.
man.
Come on.
That's
Oh,
Houston, we have light waves.
getting a lot of light wave radiation from the sun right now.
we're gonna see your bones with light waves, but those going through bones type of light waves.
We can see your weed with light waves.
Shout out to weed, you guys.
It's weed times, weed weekend. It's the
Weed
weed a day.
weekend.
It's the weed a day. It's the holidays. It's the best holiday America has ever had in the history of
true.
American bullshit holidays. Finally, a real holiday during our lifetime.
That's right. And then
Yeah.
Easter Sunday to feast the day afterwards. It's like ultimate.
We'll be at church then.
Yeah, you get to feed.
We'll be smoking weed.
Get the feet.
THC-free weed at church.
Yeah.
There's got to be some like weed-based churches. They're like.
Well, there's
Gotta be.
people smoke
Mainstream.
Lego. There's totally Lego-based church. Like, you saw that on Vice, right? They have people that smoke Legos.
Oh,
This is
that
really
was
cool.
That was the. What was that? Like
It's a
getting
cult.
high on Jesus.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, we're like the
they're
little
working their
Lego
way
men.
up to. And their church is gonna be made out of Legos with like, Lego ceilings. And
They're like
it's
hitting the
gonna be
little
great.
Lego men as like joints. I remember that. That was
That
great.
was tight.
There's.
I still might join that religion.
If
Yeah.
you guys remember the feet on Lego Men, the feet have little holes in them.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And
they were just sucking the holes. But you know what? You get high because you're getting some quality O2.
it's like oxygen deprivation high is all that's happening.
They were trying not to laugh though.
It makes a little whistle too. When you blow through Lego Men's feet, there's a very satisfying way the air goes to the feet. And
For
these-
you.
Yeah, I feel that way, yeah. But it comes from Jesus, so it's that Jesus faction.
Oh man.
But yeah, you just picture that you're getting high and all these people are
Jesus
picturing
is like
it.
osmosis. I mean,
Yeah, he's a very absorbent.
yeah.
Oh man.
Anyways, he's a
He
good
could
guy.
walk on water because
Yeah.
he was.
Just absorbed it really
Yeah.
fast. If you do that, you can walk on it.
What was that thing about? Oh, like the crackers at communion should be called Jeez-Its.
Hell yeah.
That was worth a stinger.
And there was a company that was trying to get their logo and like dominate the wafers that you have at communion. Anyways, that's another conversation.
They're trying to be like the wafer, like
They're
Monopoly.
trying to monopolize the wafers.
Oh man, the communion wafers. Yo. No, I remember being like.
Growing market.
You can have a whole one nowadays.
No, you were like in a Mormon church, like it was like the fasting. You had to fast like once a month, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Fast
yeah.
Sunday, once a month.
I
And,
don't believe you guys all did that.
Testimony Sunday.
Yeah, but
don't
we had to
believe it.
also like do our communion, which
horrible.
was just grape juice and bread, just like white bread.
That was water. No grape juice.
Oh, ours did grape juice.
What?
Yeah,
What were you,
I was
polygamists?
Baptist. We didn't do any of that shit.
yeah. So I don't know,
That's not
We just
canon.
sang hymns.
but because we were all fasting, like all because the young boys are supposed to hand out the communion, right? And so
Naturally.
afterwards,
Sacrament, it's called. in
sacrament,
Mormons,
yeah. And so afterwards, we're all starving because we're fasting, so we just like scarf down all the extra bread, just like slices of bread. Yeah, thank God. Let's just shove all this bread in our mouths.
you,
After you
Jesus.
cut the moldy parts off, that was part of it.
Yeah. Still good.
I
Still
ran
good.
into someone from a company I used to work at today, Kathy, and
Oh yeah.
she was telling me that Andrew from Studio 810 was saying he wanted to do an art piece because they were doing Easter themed art piece at the studio, and he wanted his to be zombies, of course, because he knows shit.
Yeah.
So Kathy
Zombie Jesus.
supported it, yeah, but it was I just like how cynical he is about stuff.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna do zombie Jesus. That's awesome.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
To be sold retail to the public.
He was doing zombie
Hopefully.
rabbits though.
That's awesome.
That's cool though. Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna sell it or not. He likes to keep his weird stuff.
People don't realize, shout out by the way, how cool stuff is at Studio 810.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
legit.
nonprofit that provides paid. That it's a paid job for people with disabilities that want to do art for a living.
Yeah, it's super cool.
State funds it still.
There's totally unique gift cards, toiletries, soaps, bath products, stuffed animals, stuffed aliens, the horsepede stuffed animal that I love. There's a lot of really unique.
It's at Gas and Las Vegas Boulevard. It's green. It says Studio 810 on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's legit. Everyone should go down there and check it out. Get something.
Nonprofit.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump back to some news. We got
Plug some news.
a man after my own heart here. We got our man Graydon Gibson, who was charged with a misdemeanor, but he also told police that he was a cat and threatened to knock an officer out.
Oh, this
With his
one.
paw.
There's so many jokes to be made about this one.
Oh
but
my. He looks like caddish.
I really feel
Yeah.
bad
I don't
for
mean
this
to give him
guy.
too much credit, but why?
I feel bad for him.
He looks
because,
sad.
Yeah, he looks sad. He's got all of his problems with the law have to do with alcohol addiction.
Yeah.
And that's what they're picking him up for. He would have just been a dude that like they told him to move along if he didn't get belligerent and yell and meow at the cops.
Yeah.
And he's obviously
Oh,
using
sorry.
alcohol to escape and
Yeah.
escaped too hard and got lost in the park meowing. And the whole description of the exchange with the cops is just someone who's like lost and sad and needs to be like rescued and put in a new life situation. And that's what'll get them away from returning to alcohol. But
If
instead,
they want to be rescued.
that's an
for
issue
sure.
too. We don't know that.
Right.
But instead, he's being punished for having alcohol. And that's his whole thing. Is like his probation is okay as long as he doesn't do alcohol. But there's no other things to substitute for the alcohol or anything to pull him out of the life situation that makes him go to the alcohol. So he's just naked and meowing in the park. And he's a young dude that could have stuff to do. He needs like to be taught a hobby or a trade or something.
Would it be cool if he was clothed? I have a lot of questions.
The clothes is a level, yeah. It looks like they put on the bulletproof vest on him in this picture just to cover his nips.
Sorry.
Which, thank goodness, they covered
You
his
know
nips
what?
because Twitch. We're on Twitch right now, and if one nip shows up on Twitch, Twitch's algorithm, like their nip
It
algorithm,
is really
rips
sad.
us.
I worry about where humiliation like that can take people, and we know a lot of times it's not good. So let's move on from this story.
Yeah, so we're not gonna
No.
This is
mock.
a happy weekend. I don't get too many. Okay, move on.
We're not gonna mock his meows. We got the meowing friend, and he's our buddy now. We're celebrating him.
We'll reach out.
Yeah.
Reach out to him. Tell him it can be done. That he'll move on and become better.
It can be done. That's awesome. That was the spin I hope to put on
Should
this
reach
one.
out to him.
We should
Yeah.
though.
See how he's doing.
Yeah.
All right, this one's kind of weird. This woman who had some bees living in her eyeball.
Not in the ball. They were in her
No,
eye
yeah,
area.
like under her eye.
Between the eyelid and the eyeball. But
Yeah.
I hate that the article says living there. She went to the hospital like right after they got in
Yeah.
there.
So they pull. It was like larva, right?
She still
Yeah.
no. These were fully
It's not like
formed
there's a damn
bees.
honeycomb in there.
They're a type of bee called a sweat bee. That's one of the world's smallest bees, and it's a sneaky bee because it's grown to live by
Just had to be.
sneaking onto sweaty people's
It had
eyelashes.
to be in the woods somewhere. Yeah,
Close. It was like in the farmlands of Thailand.
same thing.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
that kind of situation. So they sneak into people's eyelashes and drink their tears, and that's like how these bees survive. And they can become a nuisance.
I
and-
lived around those kind of bees for years, and they did not drink my tears.
Whoa. But these weren't that Thailand mini special. These are little baby, little tiny fellas.
Okay.
You might have had some bees that tried to fly in your eye, though, it sounds like.
No, there were sweat bees where I grew up at. So
Oh, they
it's a
called them
thing.
sweat bees, too? Maybe they were like the same family fella. Maybe they drank your sweat.
I don't know. I survived though.
Yeah. I'm sure these fellows drink sweat, too. But they say that they
So what
try to
happened?
go for tears.
So that's just it. They just.
They pulled him out. Surgeon
Yeah,
pulled
she
him
went to the
out.
doctor, and but it's always kind of weird. That's happened a few times where like people get like weird insect eggs like blown into their eye, and then they just like end up
Yeah,
chilling there for a while.
totally.
You got some weird bees or some weird fly.
They need to start slamming the black walnut with the clove oil. It's an old school pesticide remover.
Oh yeah.
I said pesticide, but I meant parasite.
Parasite remover. There's a healthy eye for you. You can look at this healthy eye for a second before you see this eye with bees. They're
Yeah, no,
little
they're full
fellas. You
grown.
see, they're like the bees are like the size of the little pupil. They're maybe like pencil eraser size, little fellas. But those are some that are just drinking eye juice all friendly. Those aren't bad ones in this example image. And then that's unrelated. And then there's a happy parrot in a commercial for you. There you
I
go.
love a happy parrot.
Totally happy episode. Oh wait, I did that. There we go. That's the distant drum of bee life. That that sweat bee life.
So this is a happy ending, I think, on this type of story. You know, instead of a mass shooting story, it's a guy who got stopped before a mass shooting, but it's because he sent emails to some ex-coworkers of his ex-place of employment that he wanted to shoot up, and was warning coworkers that like he liked or didn't want to shoot, and was letting them know that like, hey, I'm planning a shooting. Don't be to work this day.
Thank goodness. And
Thank
Yeah.
God we need that example.
we
Yeah.
do.
Because like I'm sorry, but like a lot of people think of shooting places up, and like most of them don't go through with it. So like that's a perfect way of giving that example.
Yeah, just talk it out first.
I'm not one of them. I'm just saying they're out there.
Yeah, totally.
Just to clarify.
Email some friends about it first before you go through with it.
Yeah, not friends that, I mean,
can
well,
wait.
maybe you need to be turned in. I mean, who knows? But someone should try to talk you out of it first.
I
Certainly.
mean, we definitely need that to trend for people that want to hurt people.
Yeah, right.
Talk
to
about
fucking
it.
someone, man. Like
Chat.
shit ain't that bad. Like shit
So-
sucks sometimes, but
Hopefully they arrested him and are gonna
yeah,
help him
yeah,
out.
totally.
Yeah, they arrested him really
He
hard.
seems like he wants to be helped.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We're a hive entity. Humans aren't built to exist in a vacuum. No matter what a loner you think you are, there's a certain percentage of your life that you need to be checking notes with other humans.
Yeah, for sure. And even if you are like introverted or like to be alone a lot of the time, go check in with people. You need to have
Yeah.
people that
Double check some thoughts.
you can call up like once every 6 months and be like, I know we don't ever talk, but you can
But-
still be friends with people. You don't need to talk to people all day, every day, man. Get out of here.
Here's what I'm thinking about.
The info to be your best is out there at your fingertips.
It's true.
No excuse. Like, I mean, you have excuses, but like the help is there, whether you have insurance or not, whether you have a job or not. Help is everywhere,
It really is. So be courageous.
especially
and take some peeps.
especially in our town here.
Yeah, Vegas has a lot of resources that are underrated. For sure. Well, one is 211, right?
Yeah, our 211's all right.
211's all right.
Could be
It's-
better.
Helps rescue a folk.
They're just a resource number, yeah.
Yeah. That's that whistly, distant kabloosh of news coming in. That's when news comes in. Sometimes it makes this sound. Ooh.
Maybe I didn't have time to jump into this one, but I'm curious, Waz. I know you got the breakdown, the
I might.
fake Amazon reviews.
Yeah, this one I did another deep dive. Hey, if you like the journalism we're doing here, if you like the time we're spending on these articles, take a moment to tell one friend. Just let one buddy know that this can hang out with them, go on a road trip with them or something while you're doing the dishes or whatnot. But anyway, there has been more than just a rash of fake Amazon reviews to where it's become a whole culture and economy. Particularly since Amazon has opened itself up to Chinese vendors.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that they have a product and they go out and they say to someone that's recently purchased something related on Amazon, if you buy this product, we will send you the money back to get it for free. This is mainly things like cables and chargers and more low price but high competition electronics like that,
Okay.
peripherals. You buy it from us, give us a good review, and we'll pay for the product for you. And they send this out as a private email that Amazon can't sniff out. So the
Oh.
whole system is fundamentally broken to allow that. And part of what's sad about this, to me, the article doesn't go into, is that eBay has gone through this. A lot of what's going on with Amazon's fake reviews are stuff that eBay's review system and whole system of leaving, eBay really bugs
Feedback.
you. Feedback, exactly,
yeah.
their whole term for it. That was a major issue that almost got in the way of eBay becoming a successful thing before Amazon was ever a thing.
Yeah.
So they really need to vet these things. At least they're making sure that people actually bought the product. But there's research done by this bodybuilder in the article that was burned by some supplements and started a supplement review site. He learned to code just to program a bot, basically, something like that, that would cruise these reviews and look for certain signs of fake ones, and came up with a stat of fake versus real ones. And another entity, research firm, came up with an even worse stat. So it's like most of them. So it's another lesson to us, not just to look at the star rating, but if you're spending the money in the first place, don't just read the 5-star reviews, read the 1-star reviews and see if what the people that are putting 1 star in there are talking about is going to relate to your purchase. Half the time, the 1-star people had a bad experience that you're not going to have with your product, or it might not be something that you're worried about with the product, or maybe it's the wrong person for that product, and well, this is for me, I'm not going to have that issue with it. But double check that, because that's where the baloney lives, and is the actual text of the reviews. So
Yeah. Well, it kind of goes into like a further thing, just like with being online in general. Of like, I mean, half the shit could be fake. Half the people you interact with could be like bots.
Yeah.
And half the comments on like sites or on Twitter or Facebook, like whatever percentage, I don't know what it could be, but I mean, a lot of them are probably fake.
Well, there's products that I feel bad that I've said, hey, get this product, but there's a lot of crap ones out there, so get the one with the good reviews.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was misleading of me to say. Like, I can't tell that to people anymore.
Yeah. Which it just seems like a lot of it's imaginary, which just keep that in mind, when you're out there surfing them webs.
But a lot of these people that were paid to do these reviews were honest in the text part and said, especially with the percentage that aren't verified that used it. And that's another thing. Somehow there's reviews getting mixed in there of people that didn't buy the product. And I don't know.
That seems weird.
Yeah, that's super weird. There's reviews that say I didn't actually use this product, but I gave it 5 stars. Weird stuff like that. Why those are not ripped out by some bot or algorithm on Amazon's side by now? It's like, hire some programmers to put on this fraud stuff.
And the incentives for writing these fake reviews are super low. I know because I've done some for software, which is a product too, and you could get a $10 Starbucks gift card for reviewing 2 software programs that you use. And I just at first I reviewed the ones I actually use at work, and then I just copy pasted from other reviews, to get my free Starbucks until they finally busted me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. People are doing it for
I
the
was
bucks.
curious about how far I could go, really, just for fun. I didn't really care. It was just
How far does
something
this
to
rabbit
do.
hole go?
Yeah.
So, you guys, beware.
All right, looks like we'll do a
consumer warning.
It's about that. It's about the
Dang,
it's about
for reals.
It commercial chug.
Commercial chug.
Hello, my friends. I am here to tell you about Juan's Flaming Fajitas and Cantina, the best Mexican restaurant in all of Las Vegas, located at 9640 West Tropicana. The food is so fresh and so amazing, even your cousins can't tell the difference. Happy hour every day from 3 to 7. Great drink specials like the Corona Rita for $6. Whether you're into chimichangas, beans and rice, flautas, fajitas, we got that. Okay, if you need to call us, 702-823-1400. Juan's Flaming Fajitas and Cantina.
Fajita time.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I was eating
Juan's
with my hands on the
Flaming
show. I didn't
Fajita.
have a fork.
It's a fajita, cantina, Juan's. Good situation. That dude's really nice. He's catered some situations here at the station where we've had a fajita delight festival, adventure even.
Nice.
So, Greg ran off. He was going to trigger the next commercial. It's not happening. Check it out.
Okay.
That sound is the dramatic build. Haha, look at you. You don't pee fast enough. Okay, commercial chug version 2. Get ready.
Hey, piggy. Ooh, I'm gonna pull apart that pork. Stuff some of that chicken. Hey, slide me some of that beef.
Hey, Dan, what are you doing?
Jay, I was just talking about Jesse Ray's Barbecue, 5611 West Valley View Road. They're all about that butt.
Hey, have you guys ever heard about HempWorks? I have. It's the highest quality hemp-derived CBD oil you can get. They have 11 incredible hemp-derived CBD products in the HempWorks brand. The products consist of 6 tinctures, 3 topicals, and 2 pet products, which all utilize CO2 extracted hemp oil grown in Kentucky. That's the good stuff. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee, so it's totally risk-free. If you don't like it, money-back guaranteed. Contact Heather B. Centers on Facebook or happyhealthyfamily5@gmail.com and get your HempWorks CBD oil today.
Yeah, speaking of, what we were chatting about during the commercial. We were chatting about that
THC-free.
that THC-free weed tip. We were talking about that CBD sponsor there. I mean, I'm not sure if it's for everybody, but boy, everybody I've bumped into that's brought CBD into their life has really helped a lot more than a glass of orange
It's
juice.
expensive,
that's for sure.
first of all. But second of all, I have been hearing a lot of reports on a friend of mine. Her cat is 19, has several health ailments. I mean, she has all the vet care this cat needs. And she said for the first time, the cat has, in the last month, since she's taken CBD, she's acting younger. Now, she's not going to grow younger, but at least she's having a better last couple of years of her life right now.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope.
But for a cat, you know, it wouldn't be too expensive because of the size. But anytime I've bought it and tried to, like, take it on the regular experiment, I just could not justify the freaking cost.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that's changing, and that's one of those things that you should mention RadioVegas.rocks when you talk to our previous sponsor. You can rewind if you want to get their contact situation again. But now we're back with the Greasy Conversation Show on RadioVegas.rocks. And those are the ghosts escaping the spooky vault of mystery news that we're about to clamber our way into right now.
All right, this story.
Dang, we've got a bunch of newses.
Yeah.
We're like constipated with news right now.
I like this story because this is how I would like to go out. Something like this, you know. So this comedian shows up to this show. It was where was it? In England somewhere, southern England, right? And this comedian shows up. He's not feeling well, but you know, the show must go on. So he goes out there and he starts joking. You know, imagine if I died in front of you lot here. Like, imagine if I was just telling a joke and then I suddenly had a stroke or something. Right? And so he's just making all these jokes about him, like, dying. And then literally he just, like, sits on the stool for, like, 5 minutes and just kind of, like...
First, he breathes heavily sitting on the stool.
Yeah, that's right.
And then stops breathing heavily, and everyone waits a good 5 minutes.
Naturally.
Which, that's a long wait, though, man. Even a minute when you're
It would be
watching a
hard
performance.
for me not to respond with all the first response training I've had.
Yeah, it would.
I
been,
respond over just attention seeking. I have to. So,
This would have been a minute and a half if Ange was in this audience.
yeah.
But and then he passed away quietly and calmly
on stage. Like one of the jokes he said, imagine having a stroke and waking up speaking Welsh. Like I just...
Huh. How
yeah.
was he? Not that age matters, but how old was he?
60 years old.
Wow, that's not old.
Yeah.
Not old enough
No,
for this.
so we don't
stuff.
know what it was. It was just basic passing.
Stroke, I believe.
I don't know if it was... I think he like joked about having a stroke. I don't know if it was
okay.
a stroke.
It was not suicide.
No.
No.
Not apparently. I mean, maybe
He
was...
timed it perfectly if it was.
Yeah. That was
Boy.
like, man, like Andy Kaufman couldn't have done a better,
Yeah.
like, going out joke. Like,
Because he was sitting on a stool. Kudos to this, too, to not fall off the stool.
yeah.
This is a man with self-control even on the way out.
Yeah. That's just, I don't know. I mean, I could picture wanting to go out that way. Like, you know, usually people are like morose and shit, but have a party at someone's funeral, man.
Right.
Like, get a DJ, you know.
It's not easy to have a party, but hopefully by the end of meeting or the end of a wake or whatever you want to call it, a funeral, hopefully by the end people are getting to that mentality. Sometimes I was at a funeral of a friend of mine's recently, and it's a serious situation, but at the end of it, I happened to run into someone I hadn't seen in years, and I was like, hey, and I was like, I realized how, like, wrong. I felt like it was wrong because everyone was still, like, in morose mode, and I'm like, hey, how are you? I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. But it was the Burning Man crowd and stuff, so I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's the right kind of
but
funeral.
everyone
to do
looked at
it
me
on.
like, what the fuck, Ange? I'm like, I'm sorry, like, I'm still here, but, like, I'm trying to cope here, and...
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's community building, and I support you
Right.
on that.
I think you just got to make sure, like, record a quick video of yourself, you know, when you feel, if you're at that point where you feel you might go soon, you know, you like know it's a
helps people.
possibility within the last couple, within the next, like,
And you're thoughtful. Add that
yeah,
in.
and just be like,
And you have a sense
what
of
are you
awareness.
bitches crying for? Just like fuck with people. That's what I think, you know. Get them out of that whole, like, the whole death trip is, like, weird to me. Like,
Yeah. I think about mortality every day, and it's how I appreciate life. I worry about losing people I love, and that keeps me motivated, as weird as that is. And I try to be prepared for as much as I can.
It's definitely behind me trying to do fun stuff that I dream of doing, at least grab a taste of it and see if that's a fun thing to push for, and try to carve out time between work and maintaining social whatevers to take bites out of dream stuff. And that turns into full-on dream stuff like this. Because this started as wanting to be Conan O'Brien and us doing a talk show in my car.
Yeah.
And look at us now. There's a door full of snakes that opens whenever we want it.
Hundreds of shows later, and
Yeah.
I'm still on Kevin Kilfelder's heels.
Right.
R.I.P. Ian Cognito. Gotta say that name, Ian Cognito. That's our boy that stuck it to the end.
Ian Cognito, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
A British comedian.
British. All right, this is a good one. Just so recently, Julian Assange was finally extradited and is now, I believe he's now in custody of the United States. I'm pretty sure.
I saw this too. I'm sorry.
The cat's so cute though.
I know.
But for anyone worried, his cat is totally fine. And he's very
Several
cool.
of Julian's mistresses are watching over the cat.
He's very cool and collected. He has his collar and tie on still.
He's looking for Julian every day. They're looking
in the
for him.
Ecuadorian embassy.
They call
And
him
he hasn't
looking-
been busted yet.
Yeah. And he's like, suckers. They'll never know who the real mastermind was.
Right. He has that look on his face in the picture.
Yeah.
Now, I have
Yeah.
to say, if you don't know why this freaking cat matters, Julian Assange uncovered tons of secret things the American government was doing with its people that we should know. And even if there's things that were leaked on his site that were out of his control, that you might be upset with him
He's
about.
a badass motherfucker.
He is, and what he did was good for America.
He has like balls at the level of like our idols that most of us don't have, or even have a
Absolutely.
piece of,
That
myself
is right.
included.
So Julian Assange is going to go down in history books a decade from now.
He's the last person in this human race to go down in history
Yeah.
for anything important.
He might be in trouble with the American government, but he's going to go down in history as someone that was good for the American people a decade from now, and as a hero. But in the meantime,
He'll probably run for president.
do you know what he's in trouble for? I believe it's a charge of accidental sex. So he was having sex with this woman with a condom, and the accusation is that something happened to the condom, or one instance that they had it, the condom, he supposedly is accused of not putting the condom on one of the times. And where they are in the world, that's like a law that you can break and be brought to trial for. Which is like, okay, I understand that in concept, but how flimsy of that is that something to accuse
I read this
someone
article
of?
too, and it threw me off because the cat and that had nothing in common really for me. But
Nope.
that's not what I was expecting to read either. I'm surprised they didn't make a more beefy title.
Yeah. Well, this article about the cat leans into just assuming you'd read other articles about why this cat matters.
He's
So-
seen it all.
Cats are
He's seeing
awesome.
it all.
Yeah,
This-
he knows things. This cat knows shit.
He knows things.
Yo.
This sounds like the
I mean, you can
airplanes
see it
fly
in his
over.
eyes. He is self-aware.
Yeah, that cat is looking at the airplanes that just flew above him in this soundbite here. As the plane's going over, he's looking at him. The distant horn. I'm getting to know our sound bites finally at the very end of season 3, by the way. Get ready for a season 4 where these sound bites make sense usually.
Yeah. So this one's kind of crazy. Apparently there was a Japanese company that builds anatomical skeletons for like schools, the kind you would see in your science lab in like 6th grade or whatever, you know. And apparently like it was the president of the company's house. They found like buried remains of like 500 skeletons or something, or the remains of as many as 500 people in the garden of the building used by the company. So it kind of makes me question any of the like skeletons that you would have seen in your classroom.
Yeah, they could have come from this mysterious
They were killing
stockpile.
people and flipping their skeletons? Is that what
No, I don't think so.
What it is, these skeletons all were before 1970, when that's apparently how they did it. But it's crazy that there was a ton of them behind this building. And right now, they're only getting in trouble for improper disposal of them. And I feel like there's a missed opportunity to say, hey, I was just storing them. I wasn't disposing these. I'm holding on to them. I'm totally taking good care of them here in the backyard.
Why do you gotta make this weird?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it looks like they were I guess India used to be the main source of these back in the day. And they would just
So many
like
questions.
grave rob,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
just like
Supposedly.
steal dead
Yeah.
skeletons. Yeah,
Right.
or maybe like
Who knows?
kill people and totally clean their bones, which would be a task, but you never know.
Yeah.
This quantity though, 500 people. That's
Mm-hmm.
so many bones. Like it's got to be like it's got to be a pretty big
Or were they
backyard.
skeletons they couldn't use? I have so many freaking questions. That
Yeah, I
seem like there
know.
are real answers to them
It
that may
seem-
not be suspicious.
I have questions about real estate
Why
prices.
Why would you not file that shit though? What the hell were you thinking?
I would
should
just
be paperwork.
File.
Yeah, there
Right.
should be paperwork on that shit.
File
No,
everything.
just post them in the yard. Make like a haunted house. You have like the best haunted house every year
Oh man,
with hundreds of real skeletons.
how do you
could
afford
build
a
one of
back?
those tiny homes.
Oh,
That'd be sick. No one
Out
would
of
fuck with you
bones.
ever.
You
No one
just
would ever fuck with
activated him with that tiny home.
Dope.
Look at that.
you. Greg will be designing it tonight.
That
Trying
tiny
out the
home
Matrix.
reaction.
yeah, I'm drawing up some sketches.
You said tiny home, and Greg was like,
You can have a couple of mine.
"Oh!"
I'm glad I don't have a skeleton. Those things creep me out.
Just glad I don't just have one casually as I. Like, people own those.
That's nice.
I have two just in case.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That's modern decorating.
If I ever need a spine, I'll let you know.
No, I mean I have two I have two skeletons inside my body just in case one.
Did you hear about that
Stops
lady?
working.
I wish I could name her name. A lady passed away recently where they found out she was like 95. After she passed, her family found out that her whole life, all her organs were anatomically on the other side, and she was the first person to
yeah.
live that long with that condition.
With her organ switched, yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, that does happen.
And they always said they were
occasionally,
in
but-
like, I guess she was a pretty cool ass lady, so she would have been thrilled if she could have known.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you do have your organs on the wrong side, you
Not
probably
knowing
also-
can really make you live.
Apparently, yeah.
Seriously.
Not knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, no shit. Not
Oh,
really,
man.
but I wish that were always true. Don't take that 100% true. If you have a problem, go see the doctor, dumbass. Sorry.
I love.
I'm a
your-
coach. I have no sympathy for people. Get your shit together. I'm sorry. Like I want people to be the best. So I'm not as sympathetic as I should be unless I heard your real story. I've overcome a lot of shit, and you should too.
Man, what are the real estate pricing though? Getting that kind of backyard in Japan, I thought you just couldn't afford a backyard in
Yeah.
Japan. Like that's a giant backyard.
Maybe it was just a
500
really deep hole.
500 skeletons. God. Okay, that's improper storage. I can see where the charges are then.
That's a violation.
Man, I love how you pull away from the mic when you laugh. I wish I could train all my guests to do that. You got that
I
mic
practiced
control.
when I was chewing coleslaw earlier.
Yeah, nailed it. I only got a couple of chops that were like the pretty kind. I didn't get any of those like munchy sounds. I hate munching
No
sounds.
munchy chops.
No munchy chops.
I actually like want to eat on the mic all the time now.
I know. I shouldn't even tell you. You're gonna do it torturously, just to bother me.
Yeah.
Check it out, you guys. Though. That's
one.
the slicing samurai sword of news.
All right. I found this story I don't know where, and this website totally looks fake.
Excellent.
But it's just about this. So these people are apparently having a threesome, man lady threesome, and the dude sent his girlfriend home, and continued having sex with the other woman. So of course, the girlfriend who got sent home,
Bitter.
yeah, oh yeah, she's pretty bitter. I'm sure anyone would be in that situation.
Bit her. I'm like, but she's not there. Okay.
Yeah, maybe it was a ghost. It was it was a thought that counts.
Holy shit! I see what.
And apparently she lit his house on fire after she got kicked out of the threesome.
Was he okay?
I don't think they were at his. I don't know. I was a little
I'm sure they would.
unclear.
Knowing the news,
Yeah.
they would have said if they didn't make it, but they won't say
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they did.
No, everyone made. I think like they weren't at his house. Is what it seems like. And like after they left, the chick went and set his house on fire by shoving some, I don't know, like receipts under the door or some shit, and was lighting them on fire. But yeah,
Best
could totally
we
be
can
made
Great
up.
tactic.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Hey, that's a move. You got
Hey,
receipts in the
that is
car?
a move. Yeah. Roll it up real tight, like.
Right. But just like, if you're gonna venture into that, it can be a little unnerving for either party. So y'all just gotta talk about that shit and iron out all the details.
And know that there's still gonna be shit that goes wrong in
Yeah.
hindsight, because it is not easy for most people to do unless you do it a lot, and yada yada yada.
and you need a word. You need a safe word that's like, all right, I'm fucking done with
I'm
this
about to
shit
set
right
the house on fire.
Yeah. There you go.
You
I'm
guys.
pissed.
So that's the takeaway that we're giving them, right? That you got to strategically plan your threesomes. There's got to be the talk and planning. There's got to be
Yeah.
a meeting.
Or
Yeah,
if
you
your
should
boyfriend
talk-
of only 2 years wants to have a threesome, he's probably a fucking douchebag. It's only been 2 years.
Guys, you got to.
No offense, but she looks like she might date idiots. Sorry.
Yeah. There's a
No,
certain look in
yeah,
the
totally.
face
I feel
that's
that, but at the same time, like communication is key in like anything.
Communication's key.
You know, and most people don't, or they think they do and they don't well enough. You know.
Wow. Communication. All of
But
high
like-
school should be that in general.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
It's
Safe-
awkward to talk, but you gotta
You can
talk
go anywhere
anyway.
with communication. You don't need a degree, turns out.
but safe words are like, you know.
Have you heard
I'm
about
about
that
to
haunted
fuck your
house
shit
that
up.
does that haunted house that doesn't honor your safe word?
Yeah, I watched like a documentary about
I haven't
that
seen
shit.
the doc. I'm thinking about doing it tonight.
Oh man.
What? That's a thing.
There was
Tony?
this
Yeah.
crazy haunted
Yeah.
house where like this they make you sign a
Still a
waiver.
thing.
And this dude basically like I don't know if it's the same one you're thinking, but I saw
They
this
expose
one.
you to coffins covered in spiders and snakes and eels. They had you hold your head under the
Eels.
water. They shave your head. I mean,
Eels
they
is
one
beat
too
the
far.
shit
crazy.
out of you.
Yeah, this
Eels
one
are
was
really
You have
crazy.
to
scary.
sign a waiver, and a lot of people have tried to take it to court, like hundreds, and you've signed a waiver. So what
Yeah.
the fuck are you thinking?
And it's like
Don't you know what a
gnarly too.
waiver is?
It's like not cool. It's
It's-
not like a haunted house.
No,
like
they torture you, but it's people. A few Marines have made it through. Most have not. Just saying, it's really bad. Some people go to get triggered on purpose to overcome shit.
Yeah,
I've done
yeah.
some scare tactic shit to overcome shit before. Not at that level, but like leave me in the dark kind of shit. And it or some I don't know. Like I'm about that, but it doesn't need to go that far.
yeah.
I'm
This,
all about
this
like
dude
fucking
like
with yourself.
this
if you,
I
if it
can't remember the
helps.
dude's name, but this dude who did this haunted house, like it was just
We'll
it
have
was
to
over the top.
Talk about that on another show. Go into detail more.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for
Such
sure.
an interesting topic.
Ooh, let us know in the comments
Such
if you
a
want us to
fun
deep
topic.
dive this fella.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll dig up some info on him. All right, where to next? Should we go into outer space?
Shh, we know we were born
Let's
in
get away from
space.
this threesome.
Let's go into a space threesome with the galaxy.
All right.
Is this going to be the black hole follow-up?
Yeah,
That's
of course.
interesting.
Yeah, black hole.
So-
tour,
Last episode, we talked about scientists were preparing to attempt to image a black hole, and they were finally able to do so.
Sweet.
yeah.
And it took like it was multiple.
Is that really it? Sorry.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
Yeah. There's clearer pictures.
What?
But
What's around it?
that's the event horizon. Because that's the only way they can take a picture of the black hole, because it's so dark you can't actually take a picture of the actual object.
So it's a reflection?
It's light
So-
behind it being bent around it.
Yeah.
So the light behind the dark
They
circle.
provided the light to get the photo?
No,
No,
there's a light
That's from other
source.
I know
stars
that's
and shit
insane,
behind
but I
it.
had to ask. Okay.
No, good question. And shout out to Veritasium. Veritasium on YouTube broke down why this picture looks like this in a really amazing short video. It's great for learning science. So Veritasium,
It's unbelievable, honestly.
it's a killer channel.
Yeah.
There's a light source behind the dark part, and the light is bent around the event horizon. That's why you see it as a ring, because of the light bendy time.
Yeah. So it was a team of.
So now what happens?
Now we celebrate.
Now we sit and wait.
Now we,
Yeah.
now we have a
Well,
banquet.
Yeah, and people are like, "Oh, who cares?" We
So
took a
can we-
picture of a black hole, but
Can we
it,
see it if it's close now? Is that like a good, like, can we track it easier? Black holes in
it might,
general.
yeah, it might help like imaging future black holes. I'm
Right.
sure,
To,
but
like-
it helps confirm like theories about black holes
Yeah.
that scientists have had, and just the general like theory of relativity.
It's incredible.
And it confirms things about that and just ideas we've had about black holes. But it was a team of like 200 scientists like all over the world, and different
I bet they had a blast.
satellite, yeah, that all had to coordinate to take this picture. So it was like a massive effort by a huge group of people just to take this like one image.
And just confirming that black holes actually exist as a thing is an underrated thing, because Einstein thought that his math was wrong, discovering black holes in it. He's like, black holes can't be a thing. I must be wrong.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
went to his
Math
grave
ends
thinking he was
here.
just wrong. Yeah. So if you could only know that he was actually right, that these were really a thing. We only discovered them later.
When we see him in the black hole, we'll let him know.
Yeah, we'll see him in
Yeah,
there.
right. Yeah, because that's the thing too. It's like we've like really had a really high degree of confidence that black holes are a thing, and we can see evidence of them and their effects. But like actually taking a picture of a big ass black hole is it's pretty
Epic, dude.
fucking cool. Yeah.
I want one.
Now we
I
just
want one.
now we just gotta fly through one, man.
I'm just gonna paint one on the outside of my door when I go home. It's like,
Just this exact picture. Dude,
Well, I mean,
it's
it's the only legit picture. Everything else
Yeah.
is like a pretend picture of some
Yeah.
cartoon.
I'll
black
probably
hole.
exaggerate the painting a little.
it's not going to be long before there's just like giant blankets of this thing and all that stuff. So but
We'll all
I'd
have
buy
them.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, get your merch
Everyone
now.
Mine is mine's higher resolution than yours.
Right.
Got the hook up.
Yeah. But
Cool.
yeah, that's badass.
That's my
man.
favorite story today. I always believed, even though I didn't really understand the math around it, I'm so open-minded to like any theory.
Yeah, well, it's like, I mean, it's pretty much, there was like a lot of evidence for them existing beforehand. It's just like, oh, we can't actually see this thing, because it's so dark, light can't even
We
shine
saw
on
it sensor-wise. We saw it
Yeah,
as like
yeah,
a blip in data. But
Yeah, you
now-
can see like the gravitational effects and
Yeah.
that type of stuff, but humans got to see things with their old peepers, them big old bald peepers. Got to see the evidence.
If you're out there, black hole, if you're out there listening right now,
Hear my prayers.
give us about 20 more years if you don't mind. After that, it's fine.
Yeah. Then just suck everything up. All right. This is kind of a gross story, but I just always got to cover gross stories like this.
grosser than sweat bees in someone's eye.
Yeah,
I don't know,
the
it's hard to-
dude who had to have part of his penis amputated after having a 2-day erection.
Of course,
And I
this
just
is
saw
one of
this,
yours.
and yeah, I'm just all about those like weird penis stories. I don't know why.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there are.
People be taking their
surprisingly,
chances.
I don't understand it. Like I have a glass case around my penis at all times.
It's lovely. It's kept fresh.
Yeah.
It requires a password.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like even like Mission Impossible couldn't break into it. That's what I'm talking about, right?
I like that you're taking care of yourself. Great.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Takeaway.
But yeah. Anyway, that's
This
just
picture of
What?
her.
what's that?
They could've
Oh,
at
the
least busted-
banana.
Bananas are so old. It's all about the eggplant.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
eggplant.
The eggplant's the new one. Yeah. No, but yeah, that's the story. I mean, dude had some weird swelling of the penis for a couple days, and then just had to,
Wasn't induced
Had
by
to take
meds.
some pieces out.
yeah.
It just was just the body just did it, or did he take shit?
I don't know. It doesn't really say. I don't know if he had some weird disorder, but he started to get like gangrene or something on part of his penis, and can't have that. Might lose the whole thing. Better to lose a piece than the whole thing. That's what I always say. Just like my grandpap always said.
Did he?
If ever,
Better
yeah,
lose a piece than the whole thing.
yeah. He said if ever your penis stays hard for longer than 2 days, better lose a piece than the whole thing.
Sounds like he's so wise.
Yeah, he was. He's really ahead of his time. He had that future thought,
That future thought, though.
Yeah,
That explains your glass case then.
exactly. Yeah, it was actually his.
Oh!
Sit down.
Family heirloom.
I could go on.
Oh
But I
my
won't.
gosh. You guys, we've got so many of these juicy ones. Did you guys hear about the baby that was removed from the womb, surgeried? It's a spinal defect was surgically repaired, and this baby was put back in the womb to be born again. This is another Ange Kerfoot find. Kudos.
Yay.
Yeah, a ton of these are actually I
That
didn't
is
mention were her
Pretty
finds.
good idea.
Oh, they corrected spina bifida. That's like insane.
It's a major surgery.
Dude.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we never thought to put the baby back in there.
Yeah. It's such a
I
breakthrough.
wouldn't have thought of that. Don't get me wrong. I'm
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
not a doctor, but
Seriously, no, but like it makes sense. Yeah, just like Oh my God, that's crazy. Actually,
right? It makes too much sense.
It does. Yeah.
I'm not
But it's
pulling
like,
that one
but
on
it
the
makes
screen.
that it makes that like sci-fi sense. For like if you read it in a sci-fi book, you're like,
Oh,
oh
okay.
yeah, totally cool. I can suspend judgment for that. But like in real life, you're like, what?
Really?
They
Yeah.
took the baby out and then did surgery on it and put it back in. No.
That's God would not like that.
Yeah,
What about
exactly.
the juice? You guys were
You're
thinking,
going against God's plan.
Yeah.
What about the baby juice, though? I thought the baby had all kinds of juice around it. What'd they do with that? They put it back in the juice? They put the juice
They
back
put
in
some
there?
more juice back in there.
Yeah.
Something similar, synthetic.
the
You
juice
acid.
filled
back
it with a
in
little
there.
high C, you
All
know.
right. They put some juice back in there.
Tang.
The baby likes the tang. We
This
found out
baby's
that's
going
what
to
you do.
space.
You fix the spine, you give it some tang. It's
Yeah.
all good. It's a good baby then. You have the normal birth with the landing on the flower petals in the bathtub and all that. Have a good baby.
Oh my god.
Then you have a natural birth after that. All that.
Oh man, yeah, they already took the baby out. Like, can you just do that again?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to have to deal with the whole, child, but
Couldn't just leave it out. Shoot.
Like, imagine the future. They can just like teleport babies out of the womb when they're born. It'd be like The Fly 3, starring Jeff Goldblum.
Yes. Jeff Goldblum. I think I'm gonna go back in the womb someday, maybe for a little bit.
That's a move.
That's why there's all those like weighted blankets now and shit. To like
weighted
I have
blankets.
One. It helps me tremendously with.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I've been spying on them. I'm kind of curious.
I've had one for years.
It's like a sleepy person lying on you.
Yeah.
Weighted blanket.
You're just like, oh yeah, aren't you so
yeah,
sleepy?
It's the pressure that it puts here. I think.
Really?
Something about it. Yeah.
Just like kind of comforting.
Absolutely, literally comforting.
Yeah, you guys get a heavy blanket.
Yeah.
Did we talk about? We talked about Yale resurrecting the zombie pigs. Okay. Oh, we didn't talk about the vampire spaghetti western that Glenn Danzig is gonna direct.
That just I don't know. I don't even know the title or anything about it.
That was
it just
another
sounds,
inch pick too, right?
It just sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You
Like-
guys don't know how many these articles she finds for us every week too.
Except I'm taking a break from the news, so they've been a little more scarce the last few weeks.
Yeah.
But we've had 2 weeks to
The
lead up
news
to
is
this one.
fucking me up.
What I like about this is I don't know if you guys noticed, but whenever there is a Democrat in office of the United States presidency, zombies are a big deal and they're really hip in pop culture. If you notice, every time there's been a Republican president, like all through the last 2 Bushes, vampires were super huge. Remember that was when, not Frozen. What was the other one-word vampire?
No, it was like
thing?
Underworld, right?
Underworld was a thing. There was the sparkle vampires. What
Yeah,
was
yeah,
that? That was really big.
Twilight.
Twilight. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
All that was during the bushes, the little bushes,
Mhm.
the big and little bush.
And then during Obama, you had all like the remakes of the zombie movies.
All the zombie
yeah,
time.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah. So now that we've got a Republican in office,
It's gonna be more vampire flicks. Yeah.
yeah, Danzig knows what's up. So he's starting the next wave with this spaghetti western of vampire time. Weird that it's
I
been
like
promoted
everything
that
about
way.
that title.
Yeah.
If he gets
It's got
like,
a lot of things we like in that name. Yeah.
I don't even know if the dude like, the dude who did like the original soundtracks for the old like Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns, Ennio Morricone, I think
I
is his
thought you
name.
were talking about Neo. Like
No.
Neo,
But he was the dude who did like the original soundtracks for the Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns, which are like badass. Even if you don't like westerns, they're just like some loner dude rolls into town, hardly says shit, and just fucks shit up, man. Like it's a badass flick. If you get someone to do the soundtrack for this flick, I mean, saying it's a done deal. But I'll watch it anyway. Just vampires and spaghetti westerns, like that sounds
Great.
pretty badass. But there's been a lot of like recent movies where people revisit like historical subjects with like the vampire zombie twist. Like there was Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter,
Okay.
and there was like what was the other one, like War and Peace with zombies or something. Like it was like War and Peace something, but it was like about like just War and Peace but with zombies. Yeah.
Alright.
So that's like kind of, I guess that's kind of a trend as well.
Greenlit.
But yeah, like fucking do it. Like anything you want. Like any like Thomas Dickens. You know, what's that story with? Like do a Ghost of Christmas Past with zombies instead
I'd
of
feel
ghosts.
amiss if I didn't bring up that this reminded me. I thought you said Neo, like Ni-Yo, the artist. Didn't he do that Yeah song? That Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dance with me.
Yeah.
Who was it? I spaced
Neo.
I think
out.
it was Neo, right?
Yeah.
So I just pictured that song going to this vampire spaghetti western.
All right,
I was
maybe
just
it fits.
I was getting excited.
You never
That
know.
was that wasn't Neo though.
No, that was
Sorry.
Usher.
Thank you.
Ursher.
Equally terrible.
Yeah, that was Ursher.
Equally terrible. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
That was Dan Ursher.
I had that tape. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yo, I mean that song was tight though. Come
I
on.
threw it away though. Just
Can't
saying.
deny.
That and that Mason and the Mason Puff Daddy. They both went. Goodbye.
Oh,
Damn. But if you want to like a good, a legit good vampire movie is What We Do in the Shadows, and it's one of the dudes from Flight of the Conchords, and it's just like a mockumentary about vampires in like modern times and how hard it is to be a vampire.
What's it
actually,
called?
What We Do in the Shadows, and they're actually doing a show about it that's coming out. I don't know on
Nice.
what channel, but maybe it's only on Hulu or something. I don't know, but it's pretty funny.
Nice.
Yeah, but you know.
whoa, you guys! We almost forgot to talk about the folding phone. I mean, we talked about Samsung going to release their folding phone. We talked about the other company in China that released a folding phone before that. And I'm not talking like Razer. I'm talking the screen.
I know.
You know.
This is old news
Yeah.
to me.
But so the Samsung folding, yeah, because you live with me.
Yeah.
That's why. So the review units
Older
of
than usual.
the Samsung folding phone isn't out yet. That's how breaking this freaking
You live with
news
me,
is.
actually. Sorry.
Oh, all right.
I'm just kidding.
Word. Okay. Accepted. So you didn't
really?
pick. No,
It's
you
all
picked,
even.
you
Truly, where were we?
You picked it out. No, it is though. It is pretty even. Anyway, so we're teaching people something or something. This folding phone, the review units were failing, and the reason why is really funny. So most of the review units, the screens are breaking because there was a film that looked like you were supposed to peel it off, but you weren't supposed to.
Oh no.
Yeah. So like on the
What?
the
Why
units,
would they not explain that?
No, that's
How
what
does
everyone's
that
saying.
happen?
That's what everyone's saying. But
You know that was a setup.
well, the units that are going to go out to T-Mobile have a warning on them, but it's not that big a print. But those haven't gone out to customers. So before they do, they're probably getting a bigger warning. But the ones that went out to reviewers, like influencers, those didn't have any warning. In fact, there was another piece of plastic that you peeled off first. Then you look close, like any of these people are, because it's a review unit.
Yeah,
you don't look
yeah.
closely at it, and it looks like there's another thing to peel. But you peel that,
man.
and it like breaks as you're peeling it, or like within days of the
Wow.
peeling. Yeah, and the thing is, it's difficult to peel too. So once you get it started, you're like, ooh, it's kind of fighting me. Phone broken.
So you need to have like a film
Yeah.
over the other film that says, "Do not remove the film under this film,
Boom.
but remove this film."
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. For,
Man.
if you're in that folding phone zone,
Yo, there's gonna be a lot of people. Man, they're giving people a lot
People
of
are gonna
credit. I feel
repeal.
like.
thing is, the screen's not glass, so it's already weird territory to be dealing with a screen that's a texture that isn't glass
Yeah,
already,
yeah.
to be bendy in the first place. But I mean, who wants the first of a thing?
Man, my thing is like, why the fuck do you need a phone with a
screen to
big
fold?
ass screen that folds? Like
Well-
you just have like a slim, sleek phone. Like it's gonna fold and it's gonna be twice as thick.
I'm super
And,
old
like-
school, so it doesn't mean shit to me.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's not gonna be like much thinner. It's
Well-
just gonna be like thicker.
What,
It
I
is-
guess if that makes you feel better.
yeah, I don't get it, man.
My
It
favorite
won't fill your voids.
My favorite competition to the Samsung folding phone is two phones, because for like $1,800.50, you can buy two phones anyway. The thing costs
You
as
pay
much
your
as
bill
four
for a year.
phones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just buy four phones instead of buying the Samsung flip phone. Pile
Then
them
you'll
into-
have one when you fuck it up.
Yeah. Or honestly, you can buy a phone and a tablet, and your tablet's going to have a little bit bigger screen than the unfolded phone anyway.
Or you could have 4 phones. You can juggle 3 of them while talking on one.
And
Yeah.
you could have also
Yeah.
paid the bill up.
Yeah.
For at least half a year on all the phones.
For
Yeah.
serious.
Unless
Man,
you have no idea
just
what you're
like,
doing.
just I don't fucking get it, man. Like, don't
Toys,
call
toys,
me
toys.
until I have a phone implanted in my fucking inner ear. Like, I don't want to care. I don't care about it
Are
after.
you implanting? Are you going to be an implanter?
Yeah, I will. Anything, man. I don't give a shit. Just like
Implanty Jones?
Throw me a
yeah,
sign.
just eye implants. Just fucking.
Ew.
Jam, give me like bone
Jeremy,
mics and
I'm
fucking.
recording right now.
Yeah, just give me brain implants. Like I want to access the internet with my brain, man.
Oh,
Like
boy.
fuck all the other bullshit.
Dude, it's going to be dial-up status, though. That early brain internet.
Nah. I'll just get
In your head?
I'll just get hacked. Just get ads like nonstop. Just immediate adware.
Yeah.
You just hear like fucking jingles all day. Man, gotta dig it out.
The new sanity.
we got a malfunction, boys.
Gotta restore, and you
Yeah.
can't restore without digging it out.
Man. Yeah. All right. So that's kind of scary. Okay. So maybe not right away. Maybe not first gen. But eventually I'd totally get.
I'm gonna get a folding car. Fuck that phone shit.
Folding
yeah,
car.
dude. Jetson style.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant about that folding car. That's a folding car.
Time for this phone
Dude,
shit.
the Jetsons.
Fold the car.
That
Got
Jetson
places
style.
to be.
Yeah. Places to fold.
Do your folding office buildings.
Feel like you're folding
Folding
on me.
work.
Folding work. Fold that work.
Yeah.
You guys, my laptop folds pretty good. Just
Fold
saying.
your office.
It's kind of foldy already. I
Just
don't know.
fold your office. All right, let's do.
Don't fold your office with your clients inside.
Yeah, or your boss, or I mean, maybe your boss. Who knows?
Wait, I got one more.
Particularly.
I got one more quick one before the other one because we mentioned it in a post. But there's new threads that change color to detect harmful chemicals.
That's what I was looking at.
Pretty
Yeah.
neat.
Oh, you were gonna go there?
Yeah.
Except if you're asleep, you're screwed.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
notice them in
Well,
your
isn't that
sleep.
like when it gets you?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. Does it also like sound an alarm?
No.
Wow.
And the thing, like, it's still new, so it's not going to be as good as like
Maybe some
an
shit
alarm,
out
like
of those
carbon
in South
monoxide
America.
alarm.
Yeah.
But eventually, it could be. Like, I like the idea of just like smart clothes, which
Yeah.
they've been experimenting with and like testing and. But you could have like clothes that keep track of your just overall like health.
We've come a long way from when
Really?
you could just touch it, the thermal shirts.
Oh yeah.
What kind of cool things does it detect? I mean, not cool things, but dangerous things.
This one, that is a great question.
Harmful gases. So if you're in a lab and you've got your lab coat on that's provided by your
Oh.
well-funded corporation or institute, university, whatever.
Fucking necessary, yeah.
Yeah. Put that lab coat on. Your lab coat changes colors. And
Or when
everyone-
you're traveling to South America, since there's always.
Oh. There's one there. Yeah.
I'd be waking up every hour in the hour, make sure I don't have carbon monoxide poisoning.
Can detect
For else.
ammonia
Oh.
and hydrogen chloride.
So things that degrade when you breathe in. that
Yeah, that'll fuck you up if you breathe it in. Yeah, hydrogen chloride will
erode
fuck you up.
your insides.
Mustard gas.
Bro,
Erode your shit.
bromothymol, which I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it sounds gnarly.
But yeah.
Deadly.
Yeah, so. No, it's a
Weed?
great idea.
Does it detect
Detect
weed?
weed.
I'm
You know,
gonna get those
who
for the
needs-
kids.
Who needs to detect? Like, you just detect. Everyone's an automatic weed detector.
I detect weed, yeah.
I'm a certified weed detector officer. Reporting for duty.
I'll get that in the back room, the locker room.
I'll inspect that over here. Thanks.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this is really weed. I need to take a sample.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really weed.
Well, it's in the back room now.
Yeah.
So I
All right.
blasted through one final quick commercial chug, huh?
No, yeah, we gotta do one more.
One little taste, you
It's
guys.
coming up. You ready?
Embrace it. Commercial chug.
In the doggy do.
Yeah, that's the one thing about our pet we do not like, right? Is the mess they leave behind. Hey everybody, it's Crazy Jay. I just want to remind you about our friends at M&N Pooper Scoopers. We don't like to clean up after our pets. You know what? They do. Let them clean up after your dog, even your cat. That's right. They'll make your lawn a fun and clean, safe place to be. They'll come by weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Heck, they'll even come by one time. Just give them a call, get an estimate, mention RadioVegas.rocks, 702-787-7722. That's 702-787-7722. You're not going to be disappointed. These guys are fantastic. Mike and his team do a great job. They're quick, they're quiet, they're friendly. Your pets are going to love them, you're going to love them, and you're going to be glad that you gave them a call. 787-7722. One more time, 702-787-7722. Very important that you mention RadioVegas.rocks.
Sounds like Wayne.
Right? This is the quality. It's gonna get you. That's right.
Yeah.
You know, scoop it. Scoop it.
Yeah.
If you're
Poop's
not
gonna
scooping
get you.
it-
If the poop doesn't get me, it's gonna get you. Is that what it was saying?
Exactly, and you'll get infections. Infections all
God.
over. It'll infect you if you don't scoop it.
We're taking marketing to the extremes today.
Yeah, we are.
Scoop marketing, you guys. Scoop it.
All right. Last one. It's classic.
Last one. Get ready.
Hey Las Vegas, are you tired of the grind of the busy Las Vegas Strip and lifestyle? Do you feel like you need to get away to an island retreat without ever really leaving town? The Golden Tiki Bar. It's located at 3939 Spring Mountain Road. You can rumble in the sand of what it seems like a lost hideaway with hot Treasure Island girls, amazing drinks, tiki gods who will be smiling down upon you. The Golden Tiki offers a multitude of experiences. It's open 24 hours a day. It's located right in the heart of Chinatown. It's 3939 Spring Mountain Road. It's the Golden Tiki Bar.
That's right. It's a good place. Golden Tiki. We were just talking while that was running about the star situation in the ceiling where you see star magic while you're there. There's so many like little secret Easter eggs in that place that are magical. Ashtray where the smoke comes out the tiki's eyes, all that. Anyway, it's Greasy Conversation. You're listening to RadioVegas.rocks. And the steam is releasing from the pipes on the tail end of this news chug moment that's upon us.
Yeah, that's a thing. All right, here we go.
Oh, hey, wait. Before you mention that, we didn't talk about Matrix Kratom. They're not a sponsor yet, but boy howdy, of all the Kratoms we've had, this would be the one.
It's the best cheap one. It's 50 capsules for $14.99. I go to the smoke shop next to Blick Art across from CSN. It's the cheapest.
Yo, for real though. I mean, for those it helps, like I feel like Kratom is a really helpful thing.
Yeah.
Like,
but if you have a major addiction where you're taking a lot of anything, then this is not going to take you
not
away from
it's not a
that.
cure-all,
You
no.
need to cut back on your impulses if you can't. Yeah, it's
But if
definitely
you're trying to-
it's at the level of a caffeine mood and energy booster, but if you can't use caffeine safely either, then you shouldn't use Kratom.
No, but if
Yeah.
you're trying to wean off of opiate painkillers, particularly if you're trying
Or
to
you're thinking
use
about
them-
getting on some.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you're the kind of person that I've been in a stage of life where I was leaning on opiates to quote unquote get by, to have a better attitude throughout the day, which is not what opiates are for, and they don't keep doing that consistently, but Kratom can. And it's a natural thing that's just a grown plant, but it's also hard in this day and age to find like a reliable source of it.
It's a huge issue. That's why we were even afraid to mention it. But
Yeah.
I this is one that I would recommend that's safe. I've never noticed an inconsistency, and I've had many inconsistencies in many strains and brands.
Usually you have to pay a lot of money for a trusted brand, or you have to gamble with a cheap brand, whereas this brand is affordable, but Matrix Kratom also is effective and consistent. And that's the hard thing is dosing, because for me, it's such a good, what Kratom does, it does it well enough for me that I don't like when I have too much of it. So I want exactly the right amount when I use it. And that's
I know many people that
hard
have
to
kicked
do.
freaking heroin that take some Kratom and
For
have
sure.
and have used it to get. I know people that have used it to get all sorts of drugs or to get out of alcohol addictions. And I've seen it work more than I've seen it only work, even though in the news I see there's fails, because the news wants to focus on 60 overdoses instead of the 5 million overdoses for heroin. So
exactly, yeah.
you know,
And the fact that it's possible to overdose on it all,
usually if
hypothetically,
it's dirt cheap, it's no good.
it means that it's good. Yeah, that's the thing. If it actually works, it should actually work when you do too much of it.
Yeah, I don't even like. I think the lethal level has got to be pretty high.
really high,
and it's
though, yeah.
probably like them mixing
it's like
it with something else.
self-destruction. Yeah, you have to be doing it.
The manufacturer mixing it with something else too.
Yeah, or
the
someone.
the user.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is an issue of impurity. There's deaths from it that are from bad
You
sources.
shouldn't take more than 5 grams at once, maybe 6.
Yeah, starting at 5
Yeah,
or 6
I mean, you don't
gram
even
level.
need you don't even need that much,
I do.
honestly.
I
I
have
mean,
a
like,
really high
yeah.
tolerance, even if I don't take it every day. I have
Yeah.
a high tolerance to anything often.
Yeah, she's durable.
That's why I don't take anything anymore.
That's right. That's that THC-free weed we're on.
Yeah. All right.
All
So
right.
this is another. I feel like this is another one of those like sensationalist science headlines
Ooh.
Ooh.
that we always see.
I love sensational science.
Adding human brain gene to rhesus monkey genome.
This is really exciting because this is only the one. Okay, so there's ethical questions about this throughout the whole world. This is happening in China. And China is like the new U.S. as far as like pushing boundaries when the rest of the world is like, I don't know, that's that danger science, that's that mad science. But the science is pushing forward anyway. I'm not advocating this necessarily as excited as I am that someone's doing it, because when you make a monkey smarter, you get to a certain point where is this thing so conscious that it's a captive prisoner? But the other question I have is about exotic birds, because a lot of exotic birds are so smart that they feel like a captive prisoner too. That's a whole nother thing that you've got to set aside when criticizing this. But this is only one gene that is the one that affects the small brain syndrome, something cephalophily.
Microcephaly.
Boom.
Nice.
So this is the gene that when this gene is mutated when this gene isn't programmed right, that happens. But they gave the proper gene that humans have for this to the monkey, and instead of seeing its brain grow larger or something, what they saw is that the monkey grew in intelligence slower, kind of how humans do. Humans have a longer learning period, a longer period of time when the brain grows. So this monkey had that. No, I know, right? So they found that difference, that the monkey took a longer time, and then apparently it seemed smarter. But there's other genes that affect hyper intelligence or whatever that this dude is going to try. So this could turn into some talking monkey situation. It's like not as implausible as the article warns us that it is. It's like
seems verifiable.
Yeah, it's
Planet of the Apes.
It seems not humane, but it seems
yeah,
genuinely useful to know
for real.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
developing
for sure.
humans. And I know that's a huge sore subject, but I mean,
But argue about it in the comments. Where do you lean
how
on
do you
this?
think we got to all the things we're at now? I mean,
Yeah, there's a certain
other than
amount.
I
Yeah.
don't think you need to test your damn lipstick on the rabbit, but other than, there are things that
Well put.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
know what the things are.
I mean, how else are we gonna have Planet of the Apes
Yeah,
if we don't start making smart apes?
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we'll never know.
I'm gonna be one of the
We
first
can
ones to go
never,
over.
we can never be Charlton Heston, falling to our knees on the beach, screaming, "You damn dirty apes!" or
Yeah.
whatever he says. Who knows what he's? I don't even remember. Fucking Charlton Heston.
Just like that.
You know that guy.
Oh man.
No one will
But it
be
does
as
make me
smart
sad
as
that
me.
in some way we're Jim Jones and the apes. So
Yeah. Anytime there's something
I know
that's
that's putting it very.
really aware
Simple.
that's in captivity, it makes me really worried. And like, who am I to draw the line? Because there's cats that are really aware and that love to be in a home, and other cats that love to run off.
I'm concerned about my beta being lonely. That's how much I care.
You guys don't understand. This beta is really smart. This isn't like a normal little fish.
Because I had him since he was a baby.
He like knows things. He looks at things with an awareness.
We have body language things. This is how we talk. It is. You'll
Yeah.
see.
It's like that.
Yeah.
He'll be sleeping, and if I wave across the room, he just goes.
He'll like
That's
come
dope.
to you. He'll like come when you call him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's crazy.
Sometimes I
like
put the laptop on for him.
that. Yeah, and he'll like look at it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well, it's tough to watch. I put birds on for the cat all the time. You have got to try this. They love bird videos for cats.
Oh yeah, I've had my cat like post up just right on my shoulder, like while I'm on the
Love
computer. Just like anything that moves, they're like, "What? Whoa, oh, okay."
They
I like
particularly
this.
like birds, though. It trips
Yeah.
them out. Yeah.
I'll have to try
There
that.
are bird videos that are hours long for cats for when you're gone.
Yeah, nice. Hell yeah.
It's pretty great. Jabelle always like jumps like kind of. She looks behind the laptop for them, like where did it go when it flew off?
Hell yeah.
It's a power move. It's really fun.
Nice. All right, I think this should be the last one. Maybe you can. I didn't get into this one, Woz, but it's about the art auction. Did you dive into this one?
Oh, you know what? This one, if you guys check on our notes, which I'm going to start putting with the articles on the site, but right now they're just kind of insider for the people following us on Facebook. So somewhere in the, it's on both the Greasy page and my personal page. You can't miss our notes. But there's a great deep dive, if you like a longer read, on just really like a history of painting forgery. And I don't know where to start or
great
where
skill.
to cap it off. But yeah, there are so many details and so many things that someone looks into behind painting forgeries. And I just kind of wanted to point you guys in that direction for some fun follow-up ready time.
All right.
Oh, but then there's this Waffle House Good Samaritan.
Well, let's end on kind of like a.
Yeah, that's
I don't know
like-
if it's like a positive
That's
note,
not a positive one.
but so I wanted to, and I did want to mention this where these like activists were delivering. They made a giant like art
okay.
pieces out of plastic trash and just were dropping them on the front of like Nestle headquarters. They made like a giant anglerfish out of this like plastic pollution to kind of like send a message like,
That's awesome.
we're totally fucking up the oceans with plastic. And it's like not a joke. It's not like, oh, well, maybe we can like think
Someone
about.
thinks it's a freaking joke. I mean, who are?
No,
these
I'm just
people?
saying like, just the general, like,
Yeah.
it seemed like as far
Somebody
as
else will handle
a
it.
super like
Yes.
cultural thing, like awareness of like, hey, we're having like whales like just wash up beached with
On
like
the contrary, they need
tons.
to start providing jobs for people to clean up.
Yeah, like we're having like whales washed up on
cool.
the beach with like just a ton of plastic in their stomachs and shit. and like
Constantly.
dolphins. It's
Constantly.
it's really fucking up the oceans like pretty bad.
Just to add on that real quick, and also like a lot of the things that we perceive as better aren't. So that's another myth to get through is like we're finding out the production of bags that aren't plastic is releasing equal pollutants into the air.
Yeah, which it's like it sucks.
But somebody else will handle it.
Because it seems like there's no like winning situation, but like
There is.
There absolutely is. Yeah.
my soapbox
shit off.
thing real quick is stop using fucking glitter and stop using bath beads.
You whore. No, I'm
'Cause-
kidding.
no, yeah,
I'm just
besides
kidding.
those are a really good start though.
I'm just
Besides being a total
joking.
whore, but both of those things are completely terrible. Just hands down, they're just fucking atrocious everywhere for the environment, and like they don't just like wash down the drain and shit. It's terrible.
Create jobs
Yeah.
for this cleanup.
Yeah.
Another thing is
Stop.
papers.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
go on.
Well, we just have stopped dramatically. We don't use, obviously, not styrofoam. We don't use plastic. We don't use trash bags. I don't buy stuff to dispose of cat stuff in bags. I don't have dogs to put shit into bags that's plastic.
Reusing bags that are
We're
given to us
hardcore
for
about-
things
We've
anyway.
gotten pretty hardcore. As hardcore as we know how so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard, but like you can do it. Like there's products out
I
there.
don't know how you can live. I don't buy a case of water with water bottles. I haven't done that in years.
Yeah.
I mean, we do buy jugs and stuff like that, and then I recycle them with water and put them out at the,
Yeah,
the thing for
totally.
the homeless. But it's like, at least do that. At
Yeah.
least stop buying plastic bags all the time. It's like I just feel like, and people are like, let's have 10 kids and then pack 10 lunches and like all these things on the economy. Oh, I could go on all night.
Yeah.
But that's what's going to change it is the changes in the consumers are going to lead the producers to make stuff out of different stuff. It's why napkins are brown instead of white with the recycled paper. And there's no reason why paper can't be made into a straw shape. And all these things can be paper that we
We need to make containers out of hemp. Hello.
Right?
Even the weed shop selling it in plastic bags.
Yo,
Major plastic ones.
the weed containers kill me.
They're
dude.
gonna go hemp though.
Yeah,
They're gonna
yeah,
go
yeah,
hemp.
But it kills me
and
right
they're like,
now.
oh well, it couldn't be. It's not smell proof. I'm like, it will be.
Yeah.
It will be.
And why does it have to be smell proof? It's legal anyway.
Yeah,
Put
who
it in
cares?
Gonna
a
smell.
glass jar. Hey, glass though.
My bag doesn't close. I've used it so many times because I don't want to use plastic.
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah. It's crazy, but
Dang, man, we
Good closer.
freaking killed this one.
Sorry about all my random comments. I'm
Nah.
not used to talking to the public.
No, you're good.
No.
I'm used to just telling people to handle it.
people
Love
need
that.
and they listen.
people need to hear that. Yeah.
Speaking of the public, shout out Jordan, shout out Joshua, shout out Jules. Thanks for popping in the comments. And remember, RadioVegas.rocks is who you mentioned to all of our sponsors, so that our sponsors know that we're doing it, And honestly, I'm sure you got one little nugget from this show that you can share with one friend, and just let us know, because that's what really is going to keep it trucking for us, keep us doing this for you. Is just tell one other buddy.
Yeah. Tell a pet.
Tell a pet.
Just not my pets. Don't talk to my pets.
Get him out of here. Okay.
Bye.